I'm live. We are live. Happy Friday to everyone.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday,
Yes,
everybody.
and today we have an interesting topic, and it's something we did spoke before about, and it's something that we still have videos on. So if you want to watch, you're more than welcome. But we say because Sunday, I think it was Procrastination International Day. We say we're going to speak about procrastination. So we have reason to why we procrastinate. Do you want to say something before we start?
Yeah, for me, there's many things I find very challenging. So, it's not the case that I find everything easy at all. But when it comes to procrastination, for me, generally, that's not. I don't really battle with procrastination. Whether it's something that I like to do or I don't like to do. I was just saying before we started that. Well, I'll give a few examples, like the place where I'm renting. As we know, I've spoken about it before. The rental, the electricity is ridiculous. So after asking for it to be adjusted, they were like, oh, no, you need to pay for the pool pump even though I don't use the pool. So I've gone, fine, I'm out. So I've just immediately gone, start looking at other places. So for me, the same with the gym. I was there today and I thought, actually, I used to be an addict. I'm clean now. I don't need the gym. I actually love to go outside. So yeah, so for me, procrastination is not a thing, but I think for a lot of people it is, which is why we're talking about it today. I don't know
It
what you're
is,
talking about.
and I must admit that a lot of my clients, when I ask them to do a SWOT analysis, like we spoke about on Tuesday,
Mm.
most of them actually write as a weakness, procrastination.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna start with the first reason, like how do you know, like why we procrastinating? So the first one is you toss self-compassion to the wind. So talk to yourself with kindness. Like a lot of time we too hard on ourselves, and by
Mm.
us being too hard on ourselves, we are not really we're not accepting things. So we're like, it's okay to delay it because I'm either way cannot do this. I will delay it because I'm not worth it. Like we're not being nice.
I definitely have friends who kind of talk badly to themselves about themselves, and I'll call them on it. I'll be like, don't speak to yourself like that. Like, no, 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 no. So yeah, always talk kindly to yourself. There's enough challenge from other people and from the world. You don't need to put yourself down on top of that. Second one is your role models. And I think your role models can be your parents. Again, I'm always very mindful of this. I've just been on a roadie with my mom. So, we were having this conversation around, given the tools she had, or just her as in parents, they do the best that they can given what they know. So I don't mean to have a dig at parents, but, role models can be parents, they can be teachers, they can be friends. But we learn from role models.
And by the way, for everyone who watches us, are you procrastinating? Are you not? Just let us know in the comment below, like, what are you? And share with us. The next one is that, you don't think you'll be effective at the task. And when you don't think that you can actually do it and do it good, you're like, so why do I need to do it? Why do I need to start doing it? Either way, I'm not going to do it good. So in a way, you kind of telling yourself a story in your mind that gets you not to do it, gets you to be procrastinating. Because, like, what's the point, right? If you don't think that you can do it, what's the point of doing it?
Mm-hmm. Mm. No, absolutely. And I think that kind of ties into one we've got on here about perfectionism. That's kind of ties in. And I only want to bring that one up now because that ties into that. People wait and wait and wait because they go, well, it's not going to be perfect. As opposed to going, well, actually.
And you know what? A lot of people are actually waiting, and I see it all the time, to the perfect moment, to the perfect post, to the perfect marketing activity, to the perfect whatever it is. Perfect does not exist. Stop waiting for the perfect. There's no such thing. And it actually linked back to the first one, be kind to yourself. Don't like, if you're not going to be kind to yourself because you will expect all the time to be so perfect, so good, like you'll never do stuff. You're going to get stuck. And we always keep saying, push yourself to do stuff outside of your comfort zone. That's how you're going to grow. But if
Yeah.
you're going to keep it like feeling sorry for myself, not being nice to myself, not believing in yourself enough. So yeah, you will procrastinate. And then it's like, it's like what you think will create a reality eventually.
Yeah, that's why when I look back on our videos, even the one that you and I did on Tuesday when I was away, the connection was so bad. And it's not that I've got to be perfect. It wasn't like I didn't want to post because I wanted to be perfect. you literally, it's so, with StreamYard, I think you used, the connection was so bad. It's so fuzzy, you can't see a thing. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to still try. That doesn't mean we're not going to try another platform. So yeah, you've just got to keep on going. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next one is around having a bias around a task. And I think what happens is there's certain things that we really like to do. And then there's other things that not so much. So if it's too much of a challenge, then there can be a fear around that, and we're more inclined to do the things that we like to do. I don't know if you resonate with that. Well, I suppose with your yoga, I mean, you love your yoga, so I suppose you don't procrastinate on that.
Yeah, and I must admit, I'm always saying, usually around 2 o'clock, 2:30 during the day, I'm getting so tired. If I'm not in a meeting and I'm working on other stuff, I'm my body's like, oh, I just want to go and have my nap and stuff, which I never do. And then I know I've got my yoga as around 4. And I always know I need to keep stay up. I'm not allowed to go to sleep because I know what yoga is going to do. So the easy part for me will be say, okay, whatever, I'll go to sleep. If I'll wake up, I'll do yoga. If not, not. And I keep on pushing because I know how good it will do for me. So I'm sticking with this. I'm determined about this. And I'm doing my yoga class and I'm like, oh my God, I'm alive now to the second part of the day. So it's easy to decide, I'm not going to do it. I don't feel like doing it. If I would have gone with this feeling, I probably would have stopped doing yoga a while ago.
Especially during lockdown, because it requires a lot more discipline, a lot more focus, a lot more. It's more work when you've got to rely on yourself, doesn't it?
It is, because you need to push yourself,
Mm.
And share with us, please, in the comment. Are you considering yourself as someone to procrastinate? Yes or no? Let us know.
Yep. The next one is around time.
Yes. So the next one is your time estimates are, a bit off, I would say.
That's me 100%. I'll say, oh yeah, no, it'll just take 5 minutes. I'll just do that. It'll take 5 minutes. It never is. I mean, even okay, getting to play, so that took about 6, 7, 8 hours. And then you get there and you think, okay, cool, now I can work. Okay, well, not on the Sunday night, obviously, but on the Monday. And then I think, okay, cool, I can work. Do you know how long it takes to set up your shop? I mean, you haven't got a shop, but you know what I mean. So you've got to find where's the best Wi-Fi connection. Where's the best signal? There's so many things you've got to think about that all of that, it took about half a day to figure out how that works, even before you start working. And then you've got to get into it. So the time estimation, yeah.
It is, and in everything, sometimes we think something will take us too long. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it, which actually could have happened so quickly. So a lot of time it's I always say, even during lockdown, for a lot of businesses, it's we're deciding for others, we're deciding for things that are going to happen. And I've seen it also in lockdown, a lot of people were saying, I'm not going to work now because who will want to pay for my service now, right? Because don't want to have money and everything. So stop making decisions for others. So stop estimating the wrong times because you don't know. Give it a try. If you're trying it, it really takes you that long. Okay, so you can say, I'm not going to do it. But other than that, it's why?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go with the next one?
Yes, focus more on the gains of the present.
Yeah. So in other words, don't live, which is so flipping difficult. Don't live into the future, but just, so if you are, so you've got you've got a long-term plan, but if all you're doing is thinking about the now, what I can gain now, you're not going, okay, well, actually, there's a bigger picture here,
I think, in general, we need to learn to not live in the past, not live in the future, live in the present, but live in the present while we're still trying to see the bigger picture, which is the future.
Yeah.
And I think that's the mindset a lot of people need to start changing. And if you're going to focus more about, just the now without seeing the big picture, and you're going to let the things that are holding you back now, to delay you, you will procrastinate. But if you live the now, still see the bigger picture, still, aiming to a certain goal that going to happen in the future, it's going to actually motivate you. You'll be more determined to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did that. We started with this, and we were doing the personal development, and then we'll do the marketing, and then we were doing personal development together, and then we went just on the personal development, and then we're like, actually, let's do two separate ones. But it's like the bigger picture. We both know what we want, like in the bigger picture. So it's about all these kind of little things that we're doing now for the bigger picture, while staying in the moment. Yeah, yeah.
And we're both like, we both have like you're on a weekend, I've got my stuff, and we never cancel this. We never do this. It's like, it's for me, it's like part of my routine. Like I know this is what I need to do. And it's gonna help. So that's another tip for you. You make things part of your routine and then you will less procrastinate because you kind of, and it's like you gave the example of my yoga, but it is like, it's part of my routine. So I know I cannot cancel in my mind at least.
No, I think the other thing that comes into this, which kind of ties into the very last one, is around depression and anxiety, and that goes for any kind of conditions you might have. When you have any kind of depression or anxiety, it does make it very hard. I mean, that's something I've been working on since I moved into Howe Bay. It's something that I've been very, very mindful about when something happens, not to get all sort of fearful and anxious about it, but just go, okay, so what is happening? Let's, and not make a thing out of it, because those anxiety and depression they can be debilitating if you're inclined that way. Not everybody is, but if you're inclined, I don't know how you are with those kind of things.
No, but I get it. Like, because when you feel down, when you have an anxiety and you're stressing, it doesn't really encourage you to get up and do something. It's actually doing the opposite because now you
Yeah.
feel sorry for yourself and, all of this and like boohoo and everything is a drama. And that actually links to, to the first ones, like that you are not kind to yourself as well with your comments, that you think that you won't be effective as well. It's like everything is against you, kind of
Mm. But
because you're in a bad mindset.
you do have those days where you feed it. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, you one thing goes wrong, and then you're in your mind, you're going, oh, well, what's the point? Then it's like a whole snowball. And by the end of the day, like everything that you could imagine went wrong, could have gone wrong, did go wrong. But that's also because of the conversation you've had with yourself, which goes to the first one about be kind to yourself. Just because you made one mistake in the day doesn't mean the whole day has to be a write-off.
You know what? And that's why a lot of the time when I'm having a bad day, I'm literally allowing myself to just take a break,
Yeah.
even go do a walk, just even lie on the couch and like watch TV, like a couch potato, and just relax. And then I do it. And you know what? Usually, most of the time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes after, I'm finding myself taking my phone and start working. And then I get up and I take my laptop and I start working again. Because
Yeah.
it's just something to separate that mindset. And
That
it's a
conversation. That conversation that goes over and over and over in your head. And invariably, it's not about how amazing you are. It's invariably about all the things you did wrong, all the things you should have done differently. Yeah.
And then you sometimes compare yourself to others, which is a
Yes.
mistake. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So for procrastination, should we just go through the various ones? Do you want to
Yeah,
start?
so before we do, if you like my content, please give us a like, comment us, share with us. Are you procrastinating? Are you not? Every Tuesday, we speak on marketing topics. Every Friday on personal development. Just join us and let us know what you think, what's on your mind. It's an open discussion. We just give it the tools and the information as we see, but it's not like, like everything is open here. So, and for those of you who haven't like missed out, like we're talking about procrastination because this week is the procrastination week because on the 6th of September, it was the International Day. So we decided like, why not? So if you're gonna sum it all up, so we first, the first one was how do you know if you're procrastinating? Like what causing you to procrastinate? Is that a lot of time we are kind of nasty with ourselves. We're not kind with ourselves. And we see the bad stuff. So that's not encouraging us to do things.
The second one is role models, like who our role models are. It definitely impacts our procrastination or not.
The third one is that, you don't think that you'll be effective at the task. So why even give it a try?
The next one is about having a bias towards a certain task.
And the next one is your time estimate is a bit off. You don't really see the right picture.
And the next one is to focus on the short-term gain.
Yes, and the next one is that your perfectionism gets in the way because nothing can be perfect. So stop looking for this.
And then the last one is, and it's not to take away from depression, anxiety, because those are real conditions. So we're never ever trying to to discredit it or undermine it or anything like that. It's not to do that, but just to be mindful of that can actually obviously impact procrastination. Yes.
Yes, it is. So if you agree with us, let us know in the comment. If not, just let us know. Seriously, share with us. What do you think? What do you do to deal with procrastination? We're gonna
And
love hearing this.
which one of these resonates?
Exactly. I must admit that I'm not a person who procrastinates. So
Yeah. No, me
I'm
neither. But I think a lot of people do. So I think it's a topic worth discussing. And I'm sure there's incidences with myself, or I'm sure there's instances with you that
also.
over the years, or there's been times, it's not like it's never, ever happened. It's just generally not something that I suffer from.
So if I look at myself, I don't really procrastinate, but there are stuff that I'm not always doing as I wanted them to do. But then I'm reminding myself that it's probably not the right time for me to do this. So it's
Yeah.
okay. And I'm just learning to let it go. But I do commit every day for the certain things that it's important for me to accomplish on that day.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Have an
So
awesome
we're
weekend.
going to say bye to everyone and have an awesome, awesome weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.